Minimalism is not about deprivation, living without. It is about living with the things you use, you need, you love, you want. And figuring out what that looks like is individual for every single person. It's about what you want to keep in your life. In thinking about this video and what I wanted to say, I realized there were 3 habits that I do now every day to maintain this life now on this side of minimalism. Habit number 1, regular decluttering. I am always seeking simplicity in our space and in our day. How can I make this easier? How can I make this more simple? What can we do without in this scenario, or this drawer, or this cabinet, or this basket, or our day? What can we lift out of our life and make things a little bit more simple? Sometimes I'm motivated by bigger categories, like when I recently did my supply closet. And then sometimes it's just a drawer or it's a shirt. It's regularly curating and decluttering things from our life. And why now, if I'm a minimalist 2.5 years later, why am I still decluttering? Well, we have birthdays, Christmas, Easter, seasons of life change, our interests change, our hobbies change, my kids' learning levels change. It's just part of life, things coming in. And now I regularly take things out as I recognize them as clutter. That's habit number 2, is finding a home for the clutter we choose to keep. It's usually clutter if it doesn't have a home in my house. That's when I find stuff on the floor, things where they don't belong. It's because we haven't said, this is where this thing lives in our house. Once we make that decision, it's easy to tidy up because it goes back there. And things aren't clutter, it's our stuff. We have a home that is lived in, but can be tidied, the entire house, in less than 10 minutes, because everything has a home. And we do a morning tidy, an afternoon tidy, and an evening tidy before bedtime. We do 3 5-minute tidies each day, and the house stays kept up and put away, which makes it easier for me to maintain and clean, and my family to clean. I'm not the only one cleaning. And it also helps us identify what's important to us and what kind of things we want to keep in our house. Until 2019, I was drowning in clutter. I'm a mom, I'm a military wife, and we were on the brink of a deployment. We had moved into a new home to be closer to my parents while my husband was gone, and we had our final stuff delivered from storage, of stuff that we just kept adding to Navy storage over the years. It was chaotic, it was stressful, it was mismanaged, and quite honestly, it was dirty. I could not clean the way I can clean now. I could not clean my house before. There was so much stuff. Just to clean the kitchen counter would take me an hour to get rid of all the stuff on the counters and get stuff out of the way just to wipe the counter and actually clean it, like sanitize and disinfect. We lost control of the space in our house when it was delivered. There were boxes piled to the ceiling. There were rooms that were unusable from the amount of stuff that got delivered, on top of all the things we'd already had the Navy move that we needed every day. This was a pivotal point in my life. I was standing on the edge of a tipping point and didn't realize it. I was about to become a minimalist. I slowly began to realize how a downward cycle of keeping every item move after move, buying more things, not knowing how to let go of belongings, allowing storage to hide stuff each move along the way, had led to mounting debt, massive clutter, and a lot of stress. Thank you to Skillshare for supporting this channel and for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is a learning community filled with thousands of diverse classes. I have taken classes on gardening, finance, minimalism, and even interior decorating. Many of these classes are interactive and focus on completing a project,
helping you grow, and it's taking a creative journey forward. This month, I am following along with Rich Armstrong's Just Start class, and it's helping me frame my own project in February. I'm working on being more productive and being productive with purpose in my business, which includes this YouTube channel and my website and how it's going to evolve in 2022. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in my description box below will get a free 1-month trial of Skillshare.
I knew I wanted to get rid of stuff. I just didn't know how. And I'm not talking about the logistics of getting something out of your house, donating, selling, giving away, trashing. I'm not talking about that side. I'm talking about the step one of decluttering, which is deciding to get rid of something. I didn't know how to do that.
I want to say I'm going to start. I don't even know where to start. Like, I don't know where to start. I want someone to come here and tell me how to do this. I don't know how to do this.
Emotionally, physically, I was overwhelmed with the amount of clutter in our lives of stuff I didn't even know we owned that had led to over $60,000 in debt along the way.
And then my aha moment came that catapulted me towards minimalism. We had stayed in an Airbnb right before my husband deployed, and I had accidentally rented the Airbnb of a minimalist. When we walked in, there was very minimal furniture, not a lot of things. It was really just the basics. I didn't even have any drawers to unpack clothes into. And I even had the audacity to message her and message the owner and ask where I was supposed to unpack all of our stuff. And she had answered that they deliberately do not have a lot of things in there so that you can focus on family time, the beach, and being together. And that's exactly what we did. I did less laundry. We played games, read books, and watched movies, and spent those last 2 weeks with my husband before he deployed in the house of a minimalist. And living like that made me realize that I had completely overpacked. We had too much stuff, and going home was going to be the opposite of what we had just done.
I started sharing my struggles, my hurdles, my tears, my laughs, my joys, my wins, my failures. I started sharing all of it 2.5 years ago here on YouTube. This side of minimalism is easier. It's less stressful. There's less debt. There's more intentionality about money, time, stuff. So the third habit for me is actively choosing less. I have to do this. There are times when I get an Amazon box still now on the front porch and I'm like, wait, what did I buy? And I can't even remember because it was an impulsive purchase. And sometimes I send it back. Sometimes I remember what it is and I'm like, oh yeah, we really did need that. We really did want that for that project. And I don't really regret purchases anymore because I let things sit in my cart. I have a perpetual Amazon cart and Target cart with stuff in it. My actions now are different. It sits in the cart until I know we can't really live without it anymore. For instance, books. Books are my minimalist Achilles heel. We are raising readers. We are a family of readers. All 5 of us love books all day and all night long. I have been known to read for hours into the evening. And every little space in our house has a stack of books somewhere on a shelf. Every room in our house has a stack of books somewhere. Now, when I look at the books, if it's not something we enjoyed, I know it needs to be decluttered. It needs to be given to someone who might enjoy it. In my Amazon cart, I always have books that have come across my eye on Instagram or YouTube or another homeschool family or a resource listed in my homeschool curriculum. And now what I do is I go to my library first and see if my library has it for free. Then I go to my networked library with the state and see if they have it for free. Then I start shopping used books. My used book store here in Annapolis. I check half price books. I check Amazon for used books. And then if I can't find it to my satisfaction, then I'll buy it. So to maintain a minimalist lifestyle here in our home, those are my 3 habits. Regular decluttering, finding a home for clutter, so it's no longer clutter, and then actively choosing less each day. I have a blog post link below related to this video, as well as some other related posts, like 21 Reasons We Have Clutter, the Clutter Basket Hack, 13 13 ways to get motivated to declutter. A couple of things that may inspire you to look at your items a little bit differently and go about a declutter. So you'll find those links below. Thanks for watching, and here's another video.